I'm about to make a YouTube thumbnail. So I've just selected my YouTube thumbnail template or size. And then I've got some brand templates up here that I have previously added in to my brand. Some of them are outdated now. I very rarely update things, but I know that some of the assets that I like to use or the bits and pieces that I like to use consistently are in some of these. So it's a really easy way, even though it's a totally different size, it's a totally different type of post, but I want the assets out of this one. There we go. All I have to do is click on that brand template and boom. What I want to do is make this into my background. Now, if you are using a graphic as or an image as a background, you might find occasionally every time you go to sort of highlight bits and pieces, you also end up highlighting the background or you accidentally move it around a bit. So once you have placed it where you want it to be, just right click on it and just hit lock. That means you can't move it around anymore. You can always unlock it later if you want to, but it just makes your canvas a lot easier to work on. So now I've got all the assets that I want on here except for a photo. So I'm just going to change the text. Go, what was this one? We turn one video into a week's worth of content. Make all of that a little bit bigger. Oh, a little bit bigger. You can just select everything by dragging over it, just like you normally can in things like Word or whatever else you're used to. It's fairly intuitive, Canva. I'll move that out of the way while I line this up a little bit better. Kind of want it on that side today. I normally put things on the other side, but I thought I'd mix it up a little bit. And one video into a week's worth of content. Space that out a little bit. And I might actually go, no, I'm going to go there. But I'm going to make you a touch smaller than normal. There we go. And then I know with my branding, I like to put an image in there. Which image am I going to choose today? I've used a lot of these ones recently, so I'm going to go back to some of my older ones and see. I've stored all of my images of me for my brand in my brand folders or in my brand kit so that if I'm looking for a photo of me because I am my brand, I can find it fairly easily. I wonder if one of these will work. This is another little tip. Oh no, my eyes are closed in that one. What about this one? Eyes open? Yep, eyes are open. If I hit background remover on that, I wonder if I'm still going to get any of the bubbles. Probably not. Oh, I've still got those ones. That's not too bad. Now, because it's part of my branding, I always add an outline when I'm doing these. And you can do that in shadows. So you can just do an outline. My outline's always white. Canva has this glitch every now and then where it does this. The outline is there, I promise. And once we click out of it, it'll come up. There we go. But occasionally it will not show it as you're editing. So don't stress if that's happening. If you can still see the picture moving a little bit while you change the size of the outline, it's still working. You've just got to out and back in. The equivalent of did you turn it off and on again? I don't like the way it's facing. I prefer it facing that way if I've got the text on the other side. So I'm just going to then make that bigger. There we go. Oh, but now, there we go. So I'm actually going to flip it all back around to the other side because the words on my shirt are now backwards. Now, there are ways to fix that, but I honestly can't be bothered. I really don't care that much which side things are on. So I'm just going to move that down to there for a minute. Move all of this over to the side. And then move that back up there. Okay. And now for that and that, you can hold down Shift to select multiple things. Probably how I should have done it before. But I didn't. Sorry, I didn't. There we go. Turn one video into a week's worth of content. That's still not. I'm freehanding that. Sorry, it's not going to be absolutely perfect. But you know what? Things don't have to be 100% perfect all the time. I do want more of my trousers showing there because they're nice rainbow trousers. All right, cool. Let's see if we have some bubble that would still kind of look almost realistic if I was to put them. I wonder if I can remove the background on that. Oh no, because yeah, okay. Maybe the blue? No. No. Oh, actually, I could show you another tip while I'm at it. Go, PG remover. They're kind of cool, but see how it's the wrong blue for if I put it over the top of my tealish color? Let's change that. Aha! Now we are my tealish color. Love my technical terms there, tealish. Flip that around until I'm happy with it. I'm going to make it a bit smaller. And I'm also going to, because they're blurred there, I'm going to blur them here as well. Blur whole image, pull it up to be quite blurred. I don't mind that. It's not 100%. I'd actually like them to be a little bit darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to go into the manual adjust part and I'm going to take the brightness down just a tad. Let's see, contrast, no, the contrast up higher actually. I always just play around with these until I find how I like it. Oh, I like that. It added a little bit more shadow to it. But then I'm also going to make them a little bit transparent as well. There we go. Kind of cool. Not absolutely perfect, but you know what? You get the gist. So I'm just going to name that because I am notoriously horrible for naming things. And then I'm just going to download it. Now, I'm not going to download it as a video. I'm going to download it as an image. I only want the image. In this setting, I'm not going to remove the background. I don't want transparent background. And then I'm just going to download that. So there we go. Couple of tips throughout that one. If you are interested in any of those, lock your background, pull assets in just from any branded template, store all of your photos in under your brand. You can also store your graphics, your icons, your logos, and your brand templates are there as well, so that you've got all of the assets that you need, including text assets that are already formatted the way you like them and already in all of the colors and everything that you like them, all in one spot. You don't even have to make your templates perfect. They can just be literally storage canvases for your assets that you might want to use again and again and again. So that is my tips for the day. I hope you enjoyed, and let me know what other tips you want to know about Canva and or the script or video editing or anything like that, anything that you've seen me do. If you do have anything you really want to be taken through, or if you think I could teach you, let me know. I'm more than happy to record as I work because this is a live example. You'll see this video going up later today. Take care.